Hello and welcome to the Bit and Brit Killer is Dead playthrough. We're playing the Nightmare Edition on PC.
Oh yeah.
Killer is Dead came out in like 2013, and earlier this year they released the Nightmare Edition on PC, which is, I don't know, a semi-upgraded version of the original. Anyway.
I don't know, Nightmare Edition doesn't really sound like a good thing.
Yeah, anyway, I know Hayden here hasn't played Killer is Dead before.
All I know about it is your video, and I don't even remember that.
Do you have any sort of experience with, like, you've played No More Heroes, right? Like,
yeah, I played No More Heroes 1 and 2, and that's it.
Like, I was quite excited for this game, because I was hoping it would be kind of like those games.
Yeah.
And it really isn't, but, you know, I like it quite a bit, even though I probably shouldn't.
It seems like the least bad game he's made since
No More
Heroes.
I think it's leagues above Shadows of the Damned or Lollipop Chainsaw. But then again, we're talking about Suda here. He didn't technically make it. It was directed by some other guy. I think he wrote it, which is why...
Yeah, I saw he's listed as the writer.
Yeah, which is why it's going to make no sense whatsoever. So basically, when the game came out on the consoles, it uses the Unreal Engine. So
the
basically
best engine.
The best engine. So of course it ran like shit. Not only did it run like shit, like sub 30 FPS, but it had shit tons of screen tearing. The PC port isn't great. Like, it's capped at 30 when you get it. You have to actually go into the config files to set it to 60. And this game looks really nice at 60, so you wonder why they didn't put that option into the game. And it turns out it's because if you set it to 60, some of the QuickTime events in the game go too fast for you to be able to do them, which is hilarious. They couldn't be bothered to fix that, so I had to go into another config file and set the rate at which buttons need to be pressed in certain QuickTime events. And
this looks like riveting gameplay right now.
I know, right? Killer's Dead, while it does have some fun gameplay, it also does a lot of the, now we're having a cinematic story moment where you just press forward. And
It was forcing you to walk there?
yeah, it was forcing me to walk there. You think I wouldn't have sped up if I could?
Yeah, well, okay, let's open the game up. There's a guy, he just keeps shooting you, and then he just keeps prancing away. Oh, wow. Good job.
Look,
good job.
I know at various points, because I've played this game, you're going to turn to me and you're going to be like, so what's going on, Charlie?
I'm already thinking that.
And I'm not going to have much of an answer for you, I'm afraid. Like, I'm sure there's underlining meaning to what's happening. I'm pretty sure Suda knows what he's trying to infer in these cutscenes. Problem is, I don't think enough people played Killer is Dead to really figure it out. So we're just sort of stuck trying to make the most of what's here.
Why do you let himself get shot in the head?
Well,
is he tricking him? This guy looks like a very, very formidable opponent that he needed to use such a trick on.
I think this guy, the guy whose arm just got cut off, is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch. Don't quote me on that. But
oh, I'm an expert on Johnny Young Bosch, so
yeah, well,
let me listen to this.
So
he looks like that businessman with Steen.
He does look like
Whatever.
businessman from Resi 5. Yeah. Notice that Mondo doesn't have his cyber arm here, but that guy's cyber arm just got cut off. Maybe that means something.
He's gonna cut his own arm off and then stick that guy's arm on his arm.
So the only gameplay in this chapter was walk and then hold the kill button at the end.
Like, was he just automatically deflecting those bullets? Is that a
yeah? He was
mechanic?
automatic. You think they were going to make me deflect bullets in like the first level?
Yeah, I know, but I was wondering if maybe you had to hold a button to do it or something.
No, it's not a gameplay. It's not a gameplay mechanic. It's just the only part where he deflects bullets. Like
oh, I was assuming maybe there were enemies with guns, and I was teaching you.
You got to teach him how to walk.
Yeah, I mean,
no one knows how to do that.
There's like games, that's a very unique gameplay feature that only this game has.
Yeah. Now, I have no real idea how the ranking systems work in this game. Like, if I'm honest, I just get a score at the end of the level. Like, I assume it's how fast you do it, if you don't lose any health, but like, when I played it for the first time, I tried redoing levels to get better scores, and I can never figure out what I was doing. There's a triple A rank, and I just got an A for doing that mission. What was I supposed to do in that mission to get higher than like an A?
You didn't press the button quick enough at the end.
Yeah.
You have to replay it and know what button they're gonna show. Yeah, this seems like really stylish.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's like, well, as we go through the game, I'll probably point out the things that are, because there's a lot of things that are kind of weird and not very good about the game. But overall, I do really love the style of the game, and that's why, despite the issues, I still kind of like this game, even though I know I shouldn't really.
It's I'm not that big of a fan of like how shiny everything is, but it takes the high contrast art style of No More Heroes and couples it with really bright colors, like that red on the planet, and that's really cool looking.
Yeah, there are also just some really nice and cool character and enemy designs throughout the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Mondo's getting it on at the start already.
Hell yeah. Okay, so what's this guy's name?
Mondo
Zappa. Mondo what?
Mondo Zappa. Mondo Zappa.
Whoa, buy the Mondo Zapper for NES.
Which is confusing because Mondo is the name of another protagonist in another Grasshopper game called Flower, Sun and Rain.
Oh, it's an epic reference.
I guarantee you.
It's all connected.
0% of our audience has played. Maybe one or two people. It was like got a DS port. It was a PS2 game.
Well, you played it, right?
I bought it and then like...
Well, you're like 10% of our audience already, so...
You start in like a car park and I couldn't figure out how to get out of the car park. Anyway, that's my embarrassing moment of the day.
Slow down. This very brisk pace he's walking at.
So, this is the second mission, and you think the game is really going to kick in, but it doesn't. Like, you know how No More Heroes 1 starts out with, like, you go into, like, this big level and you plow through, like, hundreds of enemies, and then you get to the boss, and that's before the game's even really gotten going. This mission is literally 2 rooms, and then you get another, like, 10 minutes of cutscenes.
Why did he take his glasses off? They weren't, like, cool sunglasses. They were, like, glasses to help him see good.
Well, every time he starts a mission, he goes, "The job, killer is dead." Which I think is supposed to be cool, and it is kind of cool. But they never really explain what it means.
Yeah, does this game have, like, Japanese voice acting as an option?
I'm pretty sure it does.
You should probably just play it with that option on and just assume everything's extra cool.
Yeah.
Wait, so do you have diamonds as like a health bar?
Okay, so basically the way the game works, diamonds are our health, and blood is what we collect from enemies when we hit them. Blood will be used to use our cannon to shoot and to do insta-kill moves, basically.
It's like that one game we streamed where you're getting all the blood count or whatever.
Oh yeah, Nano Breaker? Yeah. Blood is also used for a couple of other things, some more techniques you can unlock. You can actually get a move that like has you drain blood and use it for health, so that's pretty neat.
Ooh, that was cool. Where the shadow just went over his face. That was cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir! Let go!
Oh, my kawaii girlfriend. Let her go.
Basically, I'm pretty sure, like, they don't outwardly say it, but I think we're supposed to assume that this guy is, like, has Mondo's job now, and Mondo's his replacement as an assassin, so to speak. Like, I think this guy's, like, being corrupted or something by the veiny techno shit.
So I thought that was his beard.
It is kind of hard to tell the difference between the wiry hair and the actual wires in this game.
Yeah. It's not even wiry hair, it's just like a mound of textures on his head.
I think the idea is that, like, throughout the game, Mondo starts to succumb to the
it's like
the
Shadow
power
of Colossus.
Yeah.
Truly the successor we've been waiting for.
He starts to succumb to the wires.
The wires? No.
The wires in his, like, arm.
Oh, okay.
Like, he becomes more like this guy.
But why do you let that guy shoot him in the face? I'm still asking that question.
Yeah. We go back to that scene later on.
Okay.
But it's still not... I still can't remember the reasoning behind anything.
Let me slick back my greasy ass hair.
So that was a pretty easy boss, I gotta say. You just mash X,
Great.
and he's dead.
10 out of 10.
Now, this guy, Brian, he's a bit of an odd character.
I'm sure he's the only strange character in this game.
I make a mistake.
Like, he acts really chill and collected and creepy in this cutscene, and then the rest of the game, like, as the game goes on, he just turns into a comedy character. Like, anyway, the guy's still alive, kinda.
What?
After we cut him a million times.
I devoured it.
Oh shit, that's Big Bo from Binary Domain. It's a seal of quality. Big Bo.
You gotta say nice things to him throughout the game so he doesn't turn on you.
Oh yeah, well.
Everyone feels that way.
So I don't know if you're keeping up with the dialogue at the moment.
I'm just looking at the graphics.
Because I'm saying even if you are, it doesn't really matter.
Alright, well.
I like to imagine there's one guy who like thinks he understands the game watching us now going, "You fucking idiots!
Yeah,
How do you
he's
not
the,
get all the subtext?"
He's the editor of the Killer is Dead Wiki. These fucking idiots. He acts like a comedy character in all the other cutscenes because he has his personality replaced with the villain, don't you know? Oh, that was fucking tasty. Oh shit. Wait, what the?
So apparently the 1 million like strikes we did earlier was just like a little nick on the neck.
Mm-hmm. What's he doing here though? Like,
well, Brian is like the head of the assassin thing that we work at. So I guess he's just gone to say his goodbyes before he explodes.
get blood all over my furniture. What the fuck?
I know, right?
Have a little courtesy.
Could have done this outside. Like, someone's gonna have to clean that shit up. Yeah, I really like the kind of mood the aesthetics bring to this game. Even if a lot of the time, like, the shadows are so dark you can barely see anything. I know, it's moody, but like slick and cool.
Yeah.
So that's the end of episode 2.
I thought the game
It didn't
crashed
freeze there. No.
Okay.
We just got a still shot of Mondo's face.
Oh, okay. It's been like 13 minutes. Let the killing begin now.
See, I got a B rank there. Like,
what difficulty are you playing on?
I'm on normal.
Oh, shit.
Like,
this isn't what these people subscribe to.
hard isn't
high
that
level play.
hard isn't that tricky, but it starts out kind of tricky. And I didn't want to start the game. I haven't played the game in a while, so you're probably gonna see me fumble a bit anyway. And I didn't want to start the game like barely scraping through.
We're going to your hometown, man, Europe.
It's just Spain.
Oh. Suda 51 couldn't pinpoint.
I live quite further up.
It's like
quite further up than that. But I don't think when they I think sometimes it does like indicate where the mission is taking place. But then there's side missions that take place in the same location as this that are like it's pointing at Russia. So I don't even know how accurate that map is supposed to be.
Well, it's Suda's own interpretation of the planet.
Yeah.
Is he in a boat?
So yeah, Mondo lives in a boat. That's his thing.
I was just assuming he was on a boat. I didn't know he lives there.
He lives on a boat with his kawaii not
I
girlfriend.
passed the test.
I was afraid of that. I'm a loser.
Yeah.
You sure this isn't for GameCube? Because I was looking at Killer 7.
Out of all the stylish things in this game, your assistant, not girlfriend, kind of ruins the mood from time to time.
Do my best.
So kawaii. She's so anime. I wish I had an anime babe for myself.
Mondo reporting for work.
There is a surprising lack of gameplay.
I know, right?
You sure we're not just watching an anime? Was this made by CyberConnect 2?
Save it for later.
There's
Oh
like
wait,
so
is this
it,
the chick with like the bunch of arms?
Yes.
I remember seeing an image of her before the game came out.
But she doesn't do much. Don't get too excited.
Oh. I'm always excited when I hear a chick has a bunch of arms in a video game.
So, before every mission, we get a briefing sequence, some MGS4 tier shit.
Oh
we're dealing
shit,
with here.
man. Well, we're gonna be here for a while.
We're going to
then.
be here for a while. We are. It's not quite as bad as MGS4.
What's the cyborg dude's name? I'm just gonna call him Cyborg.
What, Brian?
Yeah, is he? He's got like strawberries on his shirt.
Oh, he's, yeah. You know.
I'm Robert, the artist.
You know he's not afraid of anything if he can go around in a strawberry shirt. See, that's pretty cool. His cyborg arm.
That's a little complicated. Just no, it's not like his thumb comes off and he gets this weird like alien claw.
He just uses the flame function of his claw. I don't know.
Is he like a boss fight later on?
No.
No. Oh.
This ain't Bayonetta.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna
No
have
secret boss fight.
the epic Rodan fight. So, like, I try to figure out while playing the game how exactly this workplace, this assassination workplace functions. And they're funded by the government, but they take jobs from regular people. But then the government also contracts them to do things. I don't know. But they're only
assassinations. Assassinations have changed, man.
Their only assassin is Mondo. So I don't know how they get anything done.
Okay.
I mean,
those other guys look like stone cold killers too.
if Suda could like write a game that isn't about assassins, maybe then we could get a plot that isn't really contrived.
Little icon just said skip. He came up like, you know you want to. You know you want to.
Like, you know what I mean, right? Like, it's like, you know, you're a paid assassin, but there has to be like a game in there. So like in No More Heroes, it's like, no, you pay us to do assassinations, and it's like, oh, okay. And in this game, it's like, well, the government is paying, but you know, we also need like these crazy clients to come in and fund us. So, yeah,
I do like that.
It's
all
all
those
over
games
the
are
place.
about assassins and shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure not all of them are.
Yeah, I know, but
I doubt Fatal Frame 4 was about assassins.
well, you don't know. Just I wish he'd pull it off better. You know. If
Like,
he's just gonna be the writer for these kinds of games, maybe he should get a competent developer.
Like here, for example, it's like the government's going to pay for the assassination, but this artist guy has to pay for the cleanup, which I don't think is a very good policy. But like, how many clients do you get?
Oh, who even cares about the cleanup? We gotta murder this guy, but I mean, we gotta make it look good.
Thank you very much.
I'm surprised that guy didn't have a French accent.
Just because he lives in Spain.
Well, I am an artist. I have a little pencil mustache. Oh, use the wires that raise your blood power.
It's awfully quiet.
Is that supposed to be like a loading screen? That little like
Yeah.
blood splatter?
Yeah.
That kind of looks a little off on the screen.
So we came to Spain on a motorbike, and that house looks like it was made for a PS2 game.
Oh shit! It's gone home, man.
It's gone home.
The fucking the lamppost looks way better than the fucking house.
Something's rotting.
Why did you bring these anime babes with you?
Well,
I don't
actually,
have a driver's license.
when you play the game, if you die, there's a little mini game where you mash a button for your little kawaii, not girlfriend, to
okay,
revive
she's like a
you.
medic.
Yeah, she's like a medic.
I can tell by her little lunchbox.
Which later makes no sense when you go to the moon and she isn't there, but she still shows up to heal you. So it kind of doesn't make any sense. You can buy like these
signature
tickets.
hair slick.
You can buy like these revival tickets so that she'll come and heal you up, but you still got to do a little quick time event.
This is gone home. If it was a game.
This level's kind of lame. It's kind of Alice in Wonderland inspired. and it's not really a level as much as a room with other rooms attached to it.
Yeah. This whole thing seems really cool. But it's just, if it was executed better from an actual mechanical...
Yeah,
well, I mean, I
like-
can't even really say that because you've killed like 2 enemies in the last 20 minutes, but...
Like, that's what I was saying though, like there was no reason that first level, even the first 2 levels, couldn't have been a whole level. You know what I mean? Like in No More Heroes, you start the game and you do a whole level and then you fight the boss. But this is the first proper level in the game, and it's not even that. That
I'm just saying,
long.
like, the graphics, the like look of the levels, like the characters, like this is all really cool. And I don't know, maybe it'd be worth playing just for that on PC.
Killer's Dead is a game where goals interrupt the game by ringing you up in the middle of a mission. Like, that's already annoying enough in real life when girls do that. And now Suda's putting it in his games. There's no escape.
Uh-oh, you fell down a tiny little, like, 2-foot high drop. That means you can't go back.
There's no getting out of here until all the enemies are dead.
Yeah.
Just hack your way through the...
So, now we're getting some actual mechanics.
Okay.
The main thrust of the gameplay is dodging and blocking. If you block, you'll knock the enemy back. We can unlock like a sort of like parry thing where when you block, you like do a smash at them afterwards. And the other main thing you do is you dodge, and if you dodge just before an attack hits you, you go into like this like super stylized red filter and you mash square like you can see right here. It looks really cool. But it's not, there's like there's not much depth to it. Obviously, you just hit dodge and then you hit square, you hit X over and over again.
Did he just like turn into a different, like his model change when he did that?
Yeah, I think he does. He changes into some sort of like, I don't know. It comes up again later on.
It's his future self.
You can also use your robot arm to punch enemies. So if they're like guarding, he can just do this comedy punch.
It's like one of those moves like action games always have that you're not supposed to use.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like with dial combos and stuff, you know, like square, square, triangle. But if you just hit triangle, it's just like some little janky, lame attack you can't combo.
Well, it's not like you can combo it in this game. Like you can't like go from sword to punch or anything.
Okay.
The game, there isn't really much to the combat other than the unlockable moves you get. I gotta say though, it feels a lot better now than it did before.
Yeah.
Last time I played, because this is obviously
imagine,
60
yeah.
FPS. So it feels, and you know, even before, it was fair. It is a fairly satisfying combat system.
It looks cool.
Yeah. So some of the bigger enemies, like you have to do like insta kills on, which as I said you do by collecting blood, and you do it when I think you just have to whittle away at them enough until the game gives you the option to come in for a strike like that. Which I think
you gotta cut them up, and Mondo just slurps up their blood until his meter's full.
Like I brought this up in the video I did on the game, and it's the fact that, you know, I think the blood could have been implemented for more than what it is. Like if they had used a like Devil Trigger kind of mode, that could have rationed out the blood instead of the insta kill. So like you could have used up the blood to go into some super powerful transformation instead of just one hitting everything. Though I think there is kind of a couple of Devil Trigger style modes in the game. But I don't remember them from the original version. Like they might have added it to the PC version, but anyway, that comes up later. So.
That's the true nightmare. You don't know what they added.
Well, if you bought the game, if you bought the collector's edition, or you pre-ordered it on console, you got a bunch of extra content, like an extra Gigolo mission, extra like main mission, and I think all they did with the PC version is just add that stuff in. But it's not like I didn't play those when I bought the original game, so I basically just got this game again for the performance, because the original ran horribly.
Get to work. We need to find Alice.
Aye, aye, sir.
But what she said also.
What is going on?
So, one of the cool things about Killer's Dead is that you have like this gun arm that actually like takes you into like a third person, like sort of Uncharted, Gears of War kind of camera. And I don't, not many other, like other than like Darksiders, I don't think any other game really does that. And it you know,
I think that Alice Madness Returns or whatever game, I think that
Oh,
had
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And also
yeah,
Azur's
yeah.
Wrath has that.
Funny you bring up Alice Madness Returns in this level.
Yeah, I know.
But
Also, Azur's Wrath has, you can like shoot things at people. But it's way worse than this because it drops to like 10 frames per second.
Yes. It doesn't. They do their best to make it flow into combat, but it doesn't really. Like I think like time will slow down a bit when you go into it, and it will try and lock onto an enemy nearby. But it's mainly used for like boss fights and like puzzle rooms like this. Not that this was much of a puzzle room.
Are the other levels in this game as cool and visually interesting as this level? Because it kind of seems like they're kind of, pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, there are some cool levels. There are some not so good levels. So here, for example, one of the cool features of this game is that if you get to do like a super like cool finishing move on the enemy, you can pick what kind of XP you get from the enemy by clicking the button, and he'll do a different attack at the enemy at the last minute. So here, I picked health XP. So got some green crystals. Here I picked blood XP.
That's kind of weird.
So you can see that there's little bars on the top left. And when those go up, we level up. I think I picked regular XP here, which lets us buy new moves. And then also you can pick money, which lets us buy items at the shop. So it means at least you can try and, if you're aiming to get something, you can at least try and pick what you want instead of just hoping to get the kind of XP you need. The upgrade system is really like there isn't much to it. It's like really basic moves.
I'm really liking this level, how it's like high contrast but also like really soft, like little pastel colors.
Yeah, it's just a shame it's just a room that you go into other rooms with. Like the rest of the game does have actual levels that you go through.
Yeah.
But I guess this is supposed to be like a house, so it makes a bit of sense. So here's some of the things you can buy. I'm pretty sure I just buy, like, there's like a sort of strike attack which you can get that like allows you to attack quicker from farther away, and then I think I got like the dodge. Yeah, the upgraded dodge, so you can dodge a little faster.
This isn't like a New Game Plus file, is it?
No, this is the first time I've been playing on PC.
Is that a thing though?
No, because you just have the mission menu and you can go into it and select what difficulty you want. So it's basically like a Bayonetta kind of thing where you just get access to...
Why? Why are you doing this, Charlie? Why?
Because there's a reason.
There's nothing in it. Oh, okay.
There's a hot chick in one of them.
Wow!
This is basically how you find the secret missions in the game. You have to find this hot chick in the level, and she'll refill your blood. And then you can, when you get back to the main menu, you can go and see her and get cool little missions.
So you're saying this wasn't Game of the Year? Oh, by the way,
yeah.
Do you know if Suda51 ever got back from his trip of fucking off into space? I heard after you released this game, he went on. He was trying to find a new planet for us to live on. I don't know if he ever succeeded or not.
What did he make after Killer's Dead? Oh yeah, he's working on Let It Die.
Why? Why'd you remind me of that?
He announced that cool-looking Lily Bergamo game, and then he was like,
Lily Bergamo.
And then he changed his mind, and he made.
I could never do a Lost in Concept on that game because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Also, there's one teaser trailer.
Well,
like,
that's enough for me.
He shows off this cool game, and it's like, no, now it's a free-to-play game with like Evil Within's art style, where a bunch of guys with no pants run around punching each other. And it's like, it's hard not to feel disappointed. Now you can go to Space Suda after that.
Yeah. I mean, you can just go anywhere as long as it's not in my sight. We should have known something was off when he showed up at the next convention and all he had was just a chick cosplaying as the chick from the game.
Well, that was some wasted money, huh? On that costume, jeez. Maybe she'll be like an unlockable skin in Let It Die.
I can't wait to have some janky-looking character run around in a free-to-play environment and then get her head cut off or something by an extra from some post-apocalyptic movie.
So apparently, like, this kind of ties into the main plot of the game. Apparently this chick went to the moon, and
Oh, she met Suda51 up there?
apparently up there, she got infected with a parasite by one of the game's villains, and now she, I don't know, she got sent back and she's terrorizing the town.
On the moon.
On the moon. Well, yeah, the moon's like a central theme of this game.
Oh yeah, it's on the cover.
Suda51 already planned to leave
I
when he
know,
was
yeah.
making the game, so he was
That's
like,
the only reason he made the game, was to fund his his flight.
like 2 of the levels on this game are literally houses on the moon, so
Oh, well.
he knew what he was doing. He knew
Yeah.
what was coming. I hope people understand what we're talking about.
That
No
head
way.
twist looked really janky.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be creepy, man.
Like, it just actually twisted the model of the neck, you know? Like,
This game isn't as disturbing as it wants to be because all the blood looks like jam.
I don't know. Is this supposed to be disturbing? Because this is pretty arousing.
It's the spooky gingerbread man.
Oh,
Now it's
no.
on.
He's like, oh no, you don't mess with the gingerbread man.
So, bosses.
Oh, this is like
one of
Silent
the-
Hill Homecoming, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? Bosses are probably one of the coolest part of this game. This one's pretty simple. You just dodge and you hit it.
The medic chick didn't have to throw like a Molotov cocktail at her first or something?
Yeah.
So you could do damage to her? Okay, that does look pretty cool. Using the gun? Yeah. It looks less janky than I would have thought it would.
Yeah, they did. I
Deserves
think
wrath.
they did the best they could to make it work, even though it won't always completely work. So, like, a lot of the bosses boil down to you mash away at their health bar until they're stunned so you can do the insta-kill. And the idea is try to have blood when that shows up, or else they will get back up. Look at me doing the just pro skills right there. Just getting hit over and over again. The bosses...
This design is I'm sure they took a million hours to come up with this.
Like, they would be pretty challenging if it wasn't for the Mika tickets that you get, where you can get the girl to come in and revive you. Like,
Okay.
I think that the challenge is pretty spot on if it wasn't for that crutch you can have.
I mean, it's pretty gruesome, like what you're
Yeah.
doing. I mean, like, just not necessarily the visuals, but conceptually what you're doing is pretty...
Yeah. These little bastards.
Oh no, is she throwing little enemies at you to
Yeah,
give you, like, give you blood and stuff?
Little bug enemies with faces on them.
Yeah. Do they just give you, like, you know, whenever games are like, you can only defeat this enemy this way.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I
You
know,
know.
because, like, you can still get blood by just hitting enemies. You don't need to kill them to get blood. So it's like, you can just smash away at the boss to get blood back.
DMC Devil May Cry final boss. It's really awesome if you kill him with Devil Trigger. So,
Oh god, I didn't know how to do that. Like, when I first played the game, I was like, what the hell? What's going on? Like,
should have
did
put
it-
a button prompt. That's right, Charlie.
Maybe.
There you go.
Maybe.
That's
Maybe I'm the dumb gamers that game was
Yeah.
catering to after all.
they thought they were like, they'll know what to do. Turns out we're just too dumb.
Turns out that game was the proest Devil May Cry game after all.
I know. It's higher level play than it respects your intelligence more than Bayonetta 2. You know, no button prompts. At least in that one scene.
It is pretty cool how, I don't know, it's cool because it's trying to be cool. Like when you hold down the button to kill each boss and he goes,
Yeah.
"Killer is dead," and he cuts him in half.
And he only does it when you let it go.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Poor Alice.
she just shows up.
Rest in peace inside this house of candy.
Rest in peace in this house of candy. What the fuck is this bitch talking about?
I bet a tear rolled down Suda's face as he wrote that deep and complex line.
And then a Shakespeare quote comes on screen. Oh, he went to his little Kodak. He's like, what the fuck?
All right, so I think that's the first mission done and dusted. Oh wait, no, there's a debriefing sequence. I forgot. We got to have the little follow up, the little bookend to that epic adventure.
Thank you.
So this is some Pulp Fiction shit. It's like we delivered you what you wanted, but we don't actually get to see what it is.
Ooh.
And unless they said at the beginning of the mission I wasn't paying attention, which might also be the case.
Maybe it's her head.
Yeah, it's probably her head, isn't it?
Did you know her?
This is the woman who killed me.
Oh, what a twist! This is some like Goosebumps tier shit, like plot twists. It's like, turns out I was a ghost the whole time.
Yo, so it's like Alice in Wonderland, but she killed this French guy.
So,
Oh God, is that the frame rate? Like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Sometimes the frame, like I said, it's not the best PC port.
wait,
Don't.
was that just to deload his model? He was the only thing keeping this game at 60. And you got rid of him.
Turns out it was a ghost, so now it's like a comedy moment. We're not getting paid. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of the first mission of Killer's Dead. What do you think so far?
Wait, that's not the end of the game?
That wasn't the epic final boss.
The
Game's not even begun, man.
Oh my goodness.
Once we get into it.
All right, well, that was pretty
yeah.
stylish. I mean, me just sitting here watching it, I'm enjoying it, not playing it.
Well, if you're not playing it and you're enjoying it, then everyone at home will probably be watching it and enjoying it. So.
Oh yeah, everyone's all snuggled up with a bag of popcorn, listening to us. Everyone's got good taste.